Hello, my fourth grade friends. I miss you guys so much, and I really want to help you with your literacy work for your teachers. So I have created a video for you to help you with some of your literacy work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and we're going to read some of the text together, and then we're going to talk about the questions that you have to answer. All right. Going to share my screen. Okay, you should be able to see me now and my screen. So here is our text, and you will be able to have this text. So once we're done reading, you can go back and look at it. All right, I'm gonna increase the size a little bit. Okay, so it says read and listen to Miss Moore, that's me, read the two stories, and here is going to be the link for this video. So here's text one. Life cycles. What is an ecosystem? Ecosystem is probably a word that you have not heard before, but we're going to learn about what an ecosystem is. If I look at this picture, I see a forest or a jungle. I see trees and probably birds in the trees, maybe insects in the trees. I know on the ground might be more kinds of plants, or maybe even a river or a lake, and other animals maybe like snakes or bears or tigers. So I'm thinking that an ecosystem has to do with all of these things because I see it in the picture. So let's read. Also, while we're reading, I want you to notice that I have highlighted different things in different colors. You will see when we get to the bottom and look at the questions that I've highlighted these things to help you answer the questions. You're welcome. All right, let's start reading. An ecosystem, follow along with me. An ecosystem is made up of all the living and non-living things in an area. This includes all of the plants, animals, and other living things that make up the communities of life in an area. An ecosystem also includes non-living things. For example, water, rocks, soil, and sand. A swamp, a prairie, an ocean, and a forest are examples of ecosystems. An ecosystem usually contains many different kinds of life. A grassland, for example, is an ecosystem that contains more than just grass. It includes other plants, mammals, insects, earthworms, and many tiny living things in the soil. A delicate balance. An ecosystem's health depends on a delicate balance among all its members and the environment. If something bad happens, the ecosystem and all its members might suffer. Bad things that happen in nature can change ecosystems, like a changing climate or weather, and natural disasters like hurricanes, floods, or tornadoes. Human activities can change ecosystems, like polluting and clearing land for farms or buildings. Humans are also responsible for many invasive species. An invasive species is a living thing that spreads through an ecosystem where it did not exist before. Invasive species can threaten the plants and animals that originally made up the ecosystem. For example, Burmese pythons were brought to Florida as a pet. Some pythons escaped and began reproducing in the wild. Their skill at hunting has decreased the number of wood rats and storks in the area. Okay, that was text 1. Now I'm going to start reading text 2. I wonder why I have 2 different texts to read. Probably because I'm going to have to compare the 2 texts at the end to see what is the same about them. This text is about saving snow leopards. This is a snow leopard. That's a pretty cat. He's really big though, but he's not as big as like a tiger or a lion. Look at his long tail. Most tigers and lions don't have long tails like that. So this is a special kind of snow leopard. Let's start reading. Mountain ghost. The snow leopard is not seen by humans very much. This cat lives in 12 Asian countries among the world's tallest mountains. The snow leopard is smaller than a tiger, the lion, and the leopard of Africa and Asia. It weighs as much as a cheetah, but shorter and stockier. The cat's compact shape and thick fur help keep it warm in glacier-chilled air. That's really cold air. Dark markings dabble its light gray coat and camouflage it in the rocky terrain. It's like the mountains. Big paws make paddling over snow easier. An extra long tail provides balance on steep, rugged ground. That's why its tail is so long. It helps them to balance. You might think the snow leopard would be safe living in such harsh, remote places, but it faces multiple threats from humans. The cat has lost important stretches of its habitat. A habitat is the place that fills an animal's need, mainly food, shelter, and mates. Mining, wars, and overgrazing by farm animals have all led to the loss of habitat. Then there's a chart here that talks about the threats to snow leopards. A threat is something that may be dangerous for the snow leopard or something that might kill the snow leopard and make it not survive as long. So I don't know why these are cutting out like that. There we go. All right, so illegal hunting, loss of habitat, loss of prey. Prey are the the animals like sheep and goats that are hunted by the snow leopard. But the sheep and goats and the livestock are reducing in number. So there's not as many for it to eat. Loss of habitat is that the people and livestock move into the snow leopard's range, so they don't have their habitat anymore. Illegal hunting is that the leopards are being hunted for their fur and their bones. They're also killed by herders or sheep owners. So sheep and goat herders kill the leopards when the leopards eat their livestock. They'll kill them because they're trying to survive and eat the sheep, but the sheep owner wants to kill them for doing that. All right, lack of effective protection. So the areas in which the snow leopards live are too large to protect. Many countries can't afford to pay for protection. Herders, so this is lack of awareness and support. Herders do not understand the importance of snow leopards to the ecosystem. So those things tell me why a snow leopard is threatened to not survive anymore. Okay, that's all of the 2 texts. Now, it says, answer these questions. Write on the line or highlight the correct answer. Turn this paper back into Miss Moore when you're completed. This will be graded. Yes, I am going to grade this and give it to your teacher so that they can put it in your report card. So it's important that you do this. I have helped you out a lot with this. If you see, all of the questions have a color highlighted and they match the answer in the text. I'm going to read through the questions with you. When you go back to answer these questions, if you need me to read the questions to you again, just come back to this video and listen to the end again so I can read the questions to you again and you can answer them on your own copy of this paper. Question number 1 says, in paragraph 1 of life cycle story, list some living and non-living things. On this line, you're going to write the things that are living in an ecosystem. And on this line, you're going to write the things that are non-living, not alive in an ecosystem. Let's go back to the top, see if we can find that color. There it is. I see the word living and I see the word non-living. So that's where my answer is going to be. All right, let's go back to question number 2. Question number 2. In paragraph 1 of the life cycle story, oh, that's the same thing as up here. So my answer is going to be in the same place. Name some examples of ecosystems. I'm not going to go back and look because I know it's in the same place as the other question and it's highlighted in this blue for you. The answers are car, house, and road, prairie, ocean, and forest, plants, insects, and lakes. Choose your answer and you can highlight it. You come up here to this highlight button. That tells you you can pick a color to highlight. That's the way that I'll know that your answer is correct. All right. Number 3. In paragraph 2 of Saving Snow Leopards, what are some things that help the snow leopard stay alive in the cold weather? So A says fur keeps it warm and dark gray markings help it to camouflage. B says its sharp claws help it to run really fast and eat nuts and berries. C says the snow leopard does not have anything that will help it stay alive longer. Well, I know it says in paragraph 2 of Saving Snow Leopards. So let's go back to look at paragraph 2. Oh, there it is. It's the same color. And it tells you about the things that help it to stay warm in the glacier chilled air. That's the cold weather. All right. And the last one is number 4. This is the same chart that you've seen for some of the other work that you've done for your teachers. In the first box for text 1, I want you to create a main idea. I've already started it for you. All you have to do is finish the sentence. So for text number 1, the life cycles ecosystem text, I want you to start with ecosystems are, and then finish that sentence. In text 2, snow leopards, main idea. Snow leopards are in danger because, so finish this sentence, in danger. Why are they close to not being alive anymore? Okay? Finish this sentence and finish this sentence. Here, it says similarities in harm from humans. So in both texts, it talks about the ways that humans are threatening to kill the ecosystems and the snow leopards. It says answers can be found in purple. Let's go look. Oh, here's one. Here's purple. And I see the word threats from humans. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. What is a threat from a human? And then up here, oh, there's the purple again. And I see human activities. All right, so there's my answer. So you can copy and paste the answer into the box. But those are the ways that the two texts are the same because both are being threatened by humans. Okay, so that's what you're going to put in this box. If you have any questions, then you can send me a Google Classroom message. But I am expecting everyone to turn in this text with all of the answers. And I'm going to grade it, and I'm going to send you your grade so you know what you got, and then I'm going to send it to your teachers. Okay? I have enjoyed being with you today, and I can't wait to see your answers. Bye-bye.